the man who could not be arrested. Have you ever heard of a man the police could never arrest? No, not in a movie, not in a dream, in real life. A man that walks freely in the market, a man that drives past police checkpoints and nobody stops him, a man that everyone fears, even the police. His name was Daniel Dico, a quiet man with a calm face. He didn't look dangerous, he didn't shout, he didn't fight, but he had done many bad things. He had stolen, he had hurt people, he had taken things that did not belong to him, and still, no police could arrest him. Let me tell you something strange. One day, a group of officers tried to arrest him in front of a hotel. As they were getting out of their van, their vehicle rolled backward and crashed into a pole. One officer broke his leg. Another time, a young policeman tried to arrest Daniel on the street. Just as he touched him, he started bleeding from his nose and collapsed. He almost died. One officer chased him one night and was never seen again. So after some time, the police stopped trying. People started to say, "Leave him alone. Daniel Dico is not an ordinary man." Even the brave ones became afraid. But there was one man who did not run away. His name was Ebenezer, a young journalist, just a normal man, but he believed in justice, he believed in truth, and most importantly, he believed in God. One day, Ebenezer was sitting in his small room when he said, "God, why is this man walking free? Why do evil people shine while good people suffer?" He didn't get an answer right away, but something inside him said, "Go, look, follow him, and I will show you the truth." So Ebenezer packed his small bag. He left his comfort zone. He told no one. He began following Daniel Dico. For weeks, he followed him from far away. He watched how everyone greeted him with fear. He saw how people whispered behind him, but never said anything to his face. But one night, Ebenezer saw something that changed his life forever. It was almost midnight. Daniel Dico entered an old, broken-down church outside the city. There was no one around, no light. Ebenezer followed quietly and hid behind the wall. He saw Daniel kneel at the front of the church, but he was not praying. He was talking to something. A dark wind entered the building. The air became cold. Suddenly, a voice came, but it was not human. It said, "Daniel, you have served me well. I have given you power. I have protected you. As long as you keep your vow, no one will ever stop you." Ebenezer was shaking. He had never heard anything like that. It was not the voice of God. It was something else. Something fallen. A spirit of justice that had once been good, but had now turned dark. A spirit that no longer fought for the innocent, but now protected the guilty. Daniel had made a covenant with this spirit. He had sold something, maybe his soul, maybe his peace. In return, he became untouchable. That was the secret. That was why no officer could arrest him. Not because he was too smart, but because he had help, spiritual help from darkness. Ebenezer ran. He cried, he screamed. He didn't sleep for 2 days. He kept asking, "God, why? Why would you let a man like this continue to walk freely?" But then, one night, as he was sitting alone in tears, he heard a soft voice in his heart. "My child, I was waiting for someone who would see the truth and still choose to speak it, not with hate, not with fear, but with love, with faith, and with me." Ebenezer wiped his tears. He stood up and he said, "I will speak. Even if no one believes me, even if I lose everything, I will speak." The next morning, Ebenezer went live on social media. He sat in front of a small camera. No big lights, no fancy studio, just him, his voice, and his truth. He told the whole world what he saw. He cried while speaking. His hands were shaking, but he spoke with fire in his soul. He ended the video by saying, "Darkness may hide for a while, but it can never hide forever. Daniel Dico may walk free in the eyes of men, but no one walks free from God." What happened next was a miracle. That same night, the police received an anonymous tip. They raided the place where Daniel Dico was hiding. For the first time ever, the officers were not armed. Nothing strange happened. No crash, no bleeding, no death. Daniel Dico tried to run, but his legs became weak. He fell to the ground and shouted, "Why? Why have you left me?" He was not talking to the police. He was talking to that dark spirit that has protected him for years, but it was gone. Because once truth is spoken, and once God steps in, no darkness can stay. Daniel Dico was arrested that night. People cried, people danced, but the real hero was the young man named Ebenezer, not because he had power, but because he had God. Dear viewer, listen carefully. This story is not just about Daniel Dico. It's not just about police and spirits. This story is about you. Yes, you watching this right now. Because many of us are also in a battle, maybe not with criminals, but with fear, with shame, with secret pain, with things people don't see. Sometimes we feel like the world is unfair. Good people suffer, bad people shine, and we ask, where is God? But let me tell you today, God is watching. He is waiting for someone who will stand, someone who will choose light, even when it's hard. You don't need to make any deal with darkness to succeed. You don't need to walk on evil paths to reach your dreams. You need God. You need truth. You need courage. Like Ebenezer, don't run away. Don't be quiet. Stand with God and speak your truth. If this story made you cry, if it opened your eyes, if it reminded you that God still moves, then please share this story with someone who needs it. Subscribe to this channel, not just to watch more, but to join a family of faith and truth. Because the world needs more stories like this. Stories that heal, that wake us up and bring us back to God. Let's keep the light burning. Let's remind the world no one is above God. No darkness can hide where His light shines. God bless you for watching. We love you. We pray for you. And we'll see you in the next story.
Please like, share and subscribe.